Good morning, Paul Green here, comedians. Commute. Oh. It's Tuesday morning, April 28th. Not a lot of people know this about me. I actually did play tackle football my freshman year of high school. Looking at my physique, that surprises a lot of people. I did learn a lot playing football in high school. I learned how to watch other people play football from the sidelines mostly, which was valuable. I learned how to refill water bottles. That was important. Really learned that, if you really work hard and you're determined at something and you never give up, that even that never replaces athleticism and skill. So I learned that as well, which is a good thing. I remember asking the coach, before our first game, I was like, all right, coach, what's the damage? Am I second string? Am I third string? I wasn't even going to ask if I was first string, and he just looked at me and he's like, Paul, we've run out of string. Don't really have any string left for you. We do have some yarn. Here's some yarn. Why didn't you learn how to crochet? So another valuable skill I learned playing football. I didn't quit though. I stayed with the team. Hardly ever played until the last game of the season. I actually became the starting wide receiver because the 5 wide receivers in front of me were ineligible due to bad grades. So they really had no other choice. We definitely lost the game, but I think it was a victory for public education. I did make an impression on my coach that game, though. He sat me down and it's like, Paul, what you did out there really made an impression on me. So much so that next year, I'm going to let you play in the band. So I joined the marching band my sophomore year, thus concluding my high school football career, which was all right. I loved being in the band because, I didn't really have any interest in dating anyway. Band really fit nicely for that. I was a drummer, and the drum line is like a skosh cooler than the rest of the band. It's kind of like you're like king of the nerds, of that whole genre. You're a skosh cooler. You're still in the band, but at least people go like, all right, you're a drummer. You're not as big as the nerds we thought. I don't want to offend all of the other instrumentalists out there, so I won't talk about who's the not king of the nerds. It's interesting though that as a band member, as a marching band member, you're pretty much forced to play at every football game. So you have to do your thing for the football team every Friday night. I never saw the football team come and play a game or do their thing in the middle of a band concert, which to me only seems fair. I think that every time there's a band concert, the football team should have to come in and run hitting drills or scrimmage. Makes sense to me. The band, will just start playing Wagner, and then, the football team will start doing up downs. How come no one's thought of that before? We did have one varsity football player in the marching band. He had to do double duty. It was really hard for him, because he'd have to play a couple downs, and then you have to run up in the stand and play trumpet real quick, and then run back down to march at halftime. That was real athleticism. That was impressive. It just was a little hard on the other trumpet players when, they'd miss a note and he'd tackle them. But you got to be disciplined. You got to be disciplined when you're a football player and you're in the band. I do have this kind of fantasy, kind of a recurring fantasy, which is never going to happen, but it's like this fantasy that somehow, through some sort of, it would be like a genie in the bottle situation, like I get a wish or something like that. And I wish that I have superior athletic ability, and that I would just wake up one day and be the most efficient, talented quarterback on the planet. And nobody's ever heard of me. I never played college ball. I only have a freshman football experience. But I would show up to the Cardinals practice facility with a football, and I would just kind of stand around there until I could see somebody who I could kind of show off, and just be like, hey, what do you want me to hit? And then I can just throw the football 80 yards perfectly accurately. And then I would track down Bruce Arians somehow, and I'd just be like, put me on your team and I'll win you a Super Bowl. And he's like, I don't know, who are you? I don't even know who you are. How can I trust you? And I'd be like, what do you want me to throw the ball? Tell me where to throw it. And then I would just launch the ball and just start throwing footballs 100% accurately and doing all of these drops and just nailing everybody. And then they would sign me, and nobody would have ever heard of me. It's who's this kid? And then I would work my way up the ranks, and then in preseason I would just kill it, and then all of a sudden I'd become the starting quarterback for the Cardinals, and I would be a perfect quarterback. So I would just crush every record and go and win the Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen. At least it hasn't happened yet. But I still think that way. Probably more often than I should. It's kind of a ridiculous thought. I don't know if that's a normal thing, if everybody kind of has that sort of, I wish that I could do this incredible thing, even though it's 100% never going to happen. But that's mine, which is interesting because I have such little football experience, and I hardly ever even really played that much football. I played flag football. I was a pretty awesome flag football player back in the elementary school days. I would kill it. I remember one game, I intercepted a pass in the end zone and ran it all the way back. And I actually think it was those flag football days that actually made me think, oh, I should go out for the tackle football team, because I had a lot of football skills, I thought. But I realized there's a big difference between flag football and tackle football. And of course, the main difference is tackle football players get chicks. So there's that. They also tackle each other. That's probably another big difference. Never got tackled in flag football. I was just fast. I was skinny, fast, I could catch well. And when I played tackle football, I never caught a pass in a football game. Neither really did anyone else, though. Our quarterback wasn't that great. And we were a running team. We had an awesome running back, so we would just pretty much run the ball every single down. So all our wide receivers ever really did was just block. Which I guess is probably a good thing. I wasn't really that good anyway, because if I would have been a starting wide receiver, I just would have blocked the whole time anyway. And I wasn't that big, skinny. I remember totally getting ran over once by the running back in practice. And he like literally ran over me. He was this short, stocky Samoan dude and just plowed me over and ran over me. And I was laying on my back, and then one of the coaches was like, "Yeah, Green, way to step up." Didn't really understand I had done something good. I guess getting ran over is a good thing. Maybe a life lesson there. Hey, sometimes you're going to get ran over by a superior athlete. But if you step up and face that challenge, you're going to end up on your back in a lot of pain. That was another life lesson I learned from my freshman football days. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A little backstory about me and my days as a football player. What's this guy doing? He's like trucking crates around. Watch this crate trucker. See what he's doing? He's trucking crates around. We better get this few crates over here. We're gonna just move these crates to the parking lot. We're gonna move them from this part of the parking lot to the other part of the parking lot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am now at work. You have been a most astute and attentive audience. At least I assume so. I have no idea. I can't see what you're doing. I don't even know how many people even are still watching this. But I am now at work, and this has been comedianscommute.com, paulgreencomedy.com. I hope you have a wonderful day.